Thank you for joining our third webinar, which is about a very important function of a business. In this week's international webinar, Duygu Devecioğlu from Insider will be with us, and she will be sharing her precise knowledge about AI in HR as being a head of people and culture at Insider.
My name is Duygu. I graduated from Middle East Technical University from the Department of International Relations. After that, I joined Insider. Insider is my first job. And I'm really lucky person that I found the one because I completed 6 years at Insider. When I was joining Insider, we were just only 25 people. As a fresh grad, it was a different, interesting experience in the beginning. At first, what Insider is doing that actually we are providing a platform for the companies that they can increase their conversion rates. So actually all the marketing people, online marketing people, they can use our platform so they can actually engage their customers and they can build better conversions and they can actually turn visitors into the customers. So we have also predictive platform, name is Architect. For example, from our platform with the AI-based function and machine learning function, our clients, they can analyze their customers and they can actually provide solutions according to their past behaviors. So we are analyzing the consumer behavior. For the insiders, I just said that when I was joined for Insider, we were just 25 people and we had offices in Dubai, Istanbul, and Moscow. Right now, we have offices in 24 countries. So that's a huge growth. And we have right now more than 550 people in our team. 300, more than 300 in Istanbul office. And we have a huge development and product team. Actually, our platform coded in here in Istanbul. And we are also looking for machine learning engineers, big data engineers for all the time. And also we are raising them as well. Actually, we are very proud of this one because it's important that you can also train young talents. Let me also talk about the HR side. When I just joined Insider, we were just only 2 people in the HR team, and we were saying that only talent acquisition at that time. Right now, we changed our name, and our 2 people actually turns to right now we have 30 people in our people and culture team. What we are doing is that still our most of the time is going to do recruitment. This is the biggest challenge because in the scale up companies, it is important that you can, attract and hire talent all the time. So our motto is that always be recruiting, even that we don't have any open vacancies, that we are still searching for talent, even we are creating jobs for them if we don't have any specific job descriptions. When I just, would like to talk about AI in HR. So when you search about that, you can see that many of the articles, many of the suggestions start with the sourcing, because I need to admit that sourcing is the hardest part. So we can start actually with the questions, because I'm gonna talk with the how HR functions and how AI can help actually for the people with the procedures. At first, I will start with the recruitment part. Of course, this is the most important part for Insider as well. Of course, this is the most important part. As I said that at Insider right now, we are 30 people and our recruitment team consists like 20 people. And because if you're a scaling up company or the other companies, even like large, big corporate companies, they need to spend so much time on recruiting. And this is the most important part, because I love quotes, by the way. For example, there's a quote that at the end of the day, you not bet on strategies, you bet on people. So people is our most important asset. So hiring quality is important, and also time to hire is important. For example, when I started at Insider, we never used paper resumes, etc. We always automatize our recruitment process. We never use the Excel sheets, draft sheets, etc. So what can I suggest for the young companies and also corporate companies if they are not automatizing their recruitment process? At first, using ATS tool, applicant tracking systems. So we started like a small one. We didn't like at first the reporting system because we believe data, and we would like to measure the data and fix the recruitment process accordingly. So we switch a better ATS, and right now we are using this. Actually, I can give the name. We are using Leverage, and we buy also their Lever Intelligence part as well. So we are checking daily basis and weekly basis our recruitment data. So for the recruitment, the most important metric is that time to fill. So that is really important. Actually, how AI helped the recruitment, it will shorten the time to fill actually. How? Sourcing is the most important part. I said that we have 20 people in our recruitment team and we have researchers and recruiters. We have a specific position who should source candidates, who should screen their CVs. So an individual just only looking for the CVs, databases, and LinkedIn for passive search, and they're actually trying to find and attract great talent for Insider. So that's a full-time job. So when we integrated AI in our recruitment process, so with the help of machine learning, we won't need any researchers. So our time to fill and actually the quality of the screening probably will become higher, because when you hire someone, you need to train them, and there is also a knowledge gap between a senior researcher or a junior one, etc. So there will be a more standardized processes for sourcing as well. When I'm saying sourcing, it is not just only getting new talents, also leveraging your existing pool. In our ATS system right now, we have thousands of resumes. So you need to regularly check those your existing talent pool in order to fill your vacancies. And in order to shorten your time to hire and time to fill, that is important that you're nurturing your existing candidate pool as well. The first thing is that actually for the sourcing part and the time to fill part. So actually, when I read an article about IBM case, I think it was on Fortune magazine, and IBM actually saying, using a quote there, and I really like it, trying to find a needle in the haystack becomes a little easier when you have a magnet. It's exactly like this. So we are actually trying to find a needle. And also I'm always describing recruitment as like mining, because you need to find a great talent, you need to see the other CVs, etc. And it's really hard. I think for us, like 80% of the job applications is not relevant. So it's also a lot of time, wasting time to find a great CV, suitable CV for a suitable position. So I really believe that AI really helped this time waste. And also another thing is that what I'm observing for the Y generation or the Z generation, the both generation would like to do the meaningful work. They don't want to do low leverage work. So repetitive job actually decrease the productivity of the HR teams as well. If you use this time not for just only screening, which also computers can do, we can use that people's time for more strategic work. And people in HR, for example, they feel more motivated to do strategic jobs. I think it will help also the motivation for the HR people for especially in the recruitment part, because it will reduce the repetitive work and low leverage work. And another thing is that, of course, the recruiter's time is also important. For example, we are screening the CVs, but at the same time, after that, you need to make the phone interviews as well. So you need to screen on the phone, or you need to screen face to face. That is taking so much time, and that's taking so much time for the organization as well, because they are meeting at least 2 or 3 people in your recruitment funnel. So AI, how AI can help in another way, that is the video interviews, that we all know that, facial recognition, and we can, recognize the candidate's behavior or characteristics with the video interviews. That is another, again, I think in the COVID part and the pandemic part, we all get used to use Zoom. Right now, we are also using Zoom, having video interviews. And that is important that we can screen candidates with a shorter time with the help of AI as well. And you cannot imagine that if you're not an HR person, that how much time you're spending for everyday energy to attract those talents, to recognize them. So it will help and ease our lives as well. This is for, again, how AI can help for the sourcing. Actually, it can help, but not, of course, remove glass ceiling at all, because when we see that machines also learn from the people, they learn from the data. So it is also, created by the humans. So I don't think that it will eliminate unconscious bias, but of course reduce, because, for example, Insider has a diverse culture. We have 24 countries, but we have 41 nationalities in our team. So very diverse culture. And when we see that, for example, we have a woman CEO and we have a lot of women working at Insider. So we train our team about the unconscious bias, actually, not just, we also said that, Insider is a place everyone can work. So that is good, but this is coming from the founders as well. You need to train those people, but every day you need to be aware of yourself, your feelings, your moods in the interview, and it's not manageable all the time. Or you can make that, for example, if I made a wrong hire in our recruitment team, even that I trained that person about the diversity, maybe I cannot be 100% sure that this person is implementing diverse interview culture. So, but when the artificial intelligence and with the machine learning processes, it's easier that we can create again as standards for the unconscious bias. And it's an important thing, by the way. I'm really glad about Insider that we can create this multinational and diverse culture in here. Because when you see that how people are working efficiently, if they have just only one common goal, it's really great that they also have like open mind, and they're really welcoming for each other. And I'm really proud also about our recruitment team. But of course, we are all humans. Even that, for example, when I'm starting the interviews, I'm always motivating myself before the interview, because I need to be neutral, objective to that person. So, but maybe I have also unconscious bias. I don't know. Maybe I'm not aware of some of the things that I'm catching for the candidates. It's not good for the candidate side. So that is really important, that we should integrate AI to recruitment processes to create more diverse cultures in all companies, I think. Actually, again, that is a great part that AI can help for the HR people and for the organizations as well. There are many reasons for that. The first thing, of course, customized, personalized job creating EVPs, so employee value propositions for the every candidate. So you can create, like, for example, Insider is doing the same thing. I explained our architecture tool. We are doing the same thing for the visitors. We are analyzing their customer behaviors, and we know that that person probably their likelihood to buy. So we are suggesting digital companies or marketing activities for the digital marketers, so they can actually create higher return on investment for their marketing budget. They're optimizing their marketing budget. The same thing for the AI in HR. Actually, if we create customized and personalized content for the applicants, we will get, of course, the more relevant talent, more great talent, and it will reduce our costs. Right now, we are just, giving job postings for each site if we know that that website is working. But we don't know that the candidate that we would like to get them using that website. We are just, trying to hook someone from there. And probably all HR people think about that job sites are not working very well. 85% of them are like not relevant for the positions. And if you are especially hiring for junior people, it's really hard, to screen all the applicants, because we are getting hundreds of applicants for each position. It takes so much time, and we are giving like a lot of advertisements on big job sites. We have 24 countries and we are recruiting in 24 countries. Think about that. When we open a position, mostly we are using LinkedIn, by the way, but also we are using the other job portals. Think about that, how much we are spending for the only for advertisements. Another part is that for the recruitment cost, of course, recruitment agencies, in order to find the great talent, we are working with recruitment agencies, because actually they are like manual AI in HR processes, because we are actually using their knowledge, experiences while we are trying to hire great talent. So we prefer to get reduce of these costs, because you need to give like at least 20 or 25% of annual gross salary of the people to the recruitment agencies in average, by the way. So also this is important. And again, for the IBM case study, I read, for example, for them, they since 2011, they just saved $1 billion after they implemented AI in their processes. That's a great cost when you think that. This is one part. And another part is that not just only for recruitment cost. For recruitment, if you have a high turnover in the company, for example, you need to replace them. It means that you are using your time, your recruiters' time, your hiring managers, department heads, even your co-founders' time. So turnover creates another recruitment process, so you need to replace them again and again. With the help of AI, again, when we look at the Google, for example, they also used AI in their retention processes. So they call this, IBM, Google, and Oracle, I think they call that proactive retention. When you use AI in the retention for your company, so you can create proactive strategies for the retention. What can you do? You can create smarter compensation packages. You can analyze the data, or you can, again, create personalized retention strategies for your existing employees as well. So that means you will also, again, you don't need to, replace those people. Again, it will reduce the recruitment costs. And another part, I think, the creating productivity in the team. So I believe that AI will increase the quality of hires. with the better sourcing, with the better analyzing of the characteristics of the candidate, maybe with the video interviews, you will increase your quality of hiring. And after that, with the higher quality, you can create more productivity on your company. So again, this is in an indirect way how AI will reduce the recruitment costs as well.
That was a perfect explanation. I want to mention something else, of course, according to my opinion. I feel my choice is lower on such platforms for hiring, because I think if I know what I want, I can directly apply from a website. And I think this is more appealing for the companies to hire the candidate. Is it a consideration when you, do you give a importance if the candidate is applied through your website or on the hiring job platforms?
That is again a bias actually. So
Yeah.
if you're a recruiter, if you're considering this, this is a bias for the candidate, by the way. I personally do not think
Okay.
such things, but for some other companies, yeah, that's true. For example, if some common job sites, if candidates apply from there, they think that this is not prestigious, good talent, not seek job from that kind of websites. They either apply through the company career sites or they just apply from LinkedIn. For the senior candidates, I can directly say that if they're experienced like 10 years, 20 years, they never use job sites. They would like to apply either via referrals or they just directly wrote from LinkedIn. So they don't want to, say that, I'm seeking a job from a common website, etc. So in a way, you are true. For the mostly the senior people not looking for a job from the common career sites.
Okay.
And this is also reminding me that, internal referral programs, by the way, that is another great source for AI. For example, we have an internal referral program. We are giving rewards for our team members when they just, refer their friends, because we believe that, they can just know the people who can fit our culture better. So their referrals are really important, and our hiring rate via referral is higher than the applicants. So that is really good part for HR that leveraging for your internal referral programs. And for the artificial intelligence, actually, you can do better internal referral programs, because right now what we are doing, we're asking from our existing team members to refer someone else. But if we can reach their network, if we can analyze their network, and maybe we can find the ones they didn't even think of to refer. So that's another part that we can, create a better quality of hires, and also we can again shorten time to hire as well.
I want to just read a comment that is our attendees are just saying it's unbelievable and also so amazing that Duygu having meetings with every candidate joining the insider team.
Yeah, that was just one and a half year ago, by the way. Right now we split it because I don't have a time. If I just do that right now, I shouldn't do any other thing in HR team. So right now, CEO, we all co-founders and me, we are the final steps. Either I'm seeing or Hande or Serhat or Sinan, etc.
Okay. We got a question that I want to ask you before we forget the content.
I think that is also, we need to always support AI processes, AI decisions, of course, with the managers. So we need to check both of them, I think, for every aspect, not just only for the recruitment part, for the retention part, for the performance part as well. For the recruitment part, it's also easier to check some basic competencies. It's easier to create databases, questions accordingly, and we can just understand their behaviors and competencies. Think about, for example, the assessment questions. We are using those assessment questions to understand the cognitive skills of the candidate. And I think that, we can create some ranking from those past data, and we can understand that which candidates are likely to get hired in our interview process. I think other than recruitment, the most important thing is that the retention. For example, Insider's challenge is right now, of course, we are hiring a lot, but while we are growing, we need to create a culture that we can retain our talent as well. Because in this century, everyone can say that this is talent war. You can hire anyone from anywhere. So in every company competes for the talent. So you need to retain your talents and you need to understand them better. I think the best option is that create again personalized retention strategies, because probably, for example, Asya, your motivation and my motivation is not the same. For what Insider offers to you shouldn't be same what Insider offers to me. So we need to create like personalized retention strategies, motivation strategies. And also we need, for example, for the Insider culture, we said that personal growth is our core value. So with personal growth, what we would like to suggest for the young talent is that learning is never ends, right? So you need to improve yourself day by day. You need to be curious. But as a company, you need to provide this opportunity for your team members as well. With the AI, we can, for example, create better, smarter, and personalized training opportunities for the people. So right now, what the companies are doing, they're trying to manually do that for the people, but still it's not enough. Or they are creating training strategies according to the departments, but even the people who are working in the same department, maybe they don't need the same training, same courses. So I think AI will help a lot in the learning and development part, in the onboarding parts. And another thing is that for the career development plans, this is so individual. So of course, in the old-fashioned way, there were titles, and there are 2 years intervals with the titles. You need to be like assistant manager, then blah blah, etc. But right now, maybe I will change my mind and I would like to become a marketing specialist. So career development is another story. I think also AI can help there. For the fresh grads, for example, they don't know what to do in their life. When they start their first job, they really would like to get coaching. I think AI can help with the basic questions, so they can analyze themselves, what kind of interests they have, what kind of skills they have, which positions can be better for them, which career choice will be better for them. I think these parts are really, really important other than the recruitment part.
True. So we can clearly say that AI actually helps individuals discovering themselves too. And I absolutely agree with you that the shifting and the flexibility in changing departments, and it's such a luck that we don't have to now wait for 2 years in the same position. Actually, it can happen sometime, but it's a choice. But definitely helping us in many aspects. Duygu, it was a pleasure meeting you today, and I really had a lot of fun and learned a lot from you. Especially Insider is something I have a company that we've been wanting to work together and are planning to work together. And I was very curious since I met Hande and then you now. I feel very lucky, and I hope to maybe see all of you again.
We hope that. Thank you actually that you're taking me here, and it's great opportunity for me to talk with you guys. I really enjoyed. Thank you for that. I hope that again we can meet face to face.
I hope so. Thank you a lot. Have a great evening.
Have a great evening. See you.
Bye.